Should I ask you the golden question?
What's the golden question?
Oh, nothing. You keep mentioning Diddy. I wanted to ask you about I just saw the
Oh,
whole thing with Bad Boy. He gave the rights back to a lot of Bad Boy artists. Any comment?
um, yeah, I'll talk about that. I've gotten older.
Mm-hmm.
I've let go of a lot of the trauma, and I've learned to really appreciate some of the more personal, beautiful moments I've had with him. And I feel loving moments for moments that we had together.
Mm-hmm.
But this banner that he's painted himself with all weekend long, this has been the Labor Day talk in my world, that he's paying back all of the Bad Boy artists. I just want to throw you the facts, okay? Girls, the stories that we have to tell during a time in music where there were gatekeepers, there were people that owned labels like Puff running things, and the way that the divisions and the divisiveness occurred, and the things that we experienced between each other and us against the system are fucking insane.
Only underscore Wallace. Please make sure you include the underscore. And this is only underscore Wallace TV. Of course, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications and hit the like button for your mans and them. So, it's been a hell of a year for your man, Brother Love, aka Diddy, aka Sean Puffy Combs. So let's recap. Diddy decided to return the publishing rights to some, not all, of his former artists, and that's what Aubrey O'Day was explaining in that interview with Only Stands, that the publishing he decided to return so generously basically amounts to a hill of beans. It's not really worth anything. I mean, use your common sense. Like, when's the last time you heard a Day 26 song? When's the last time you heard a Danity Kane song? When's the last time you heard the band song, and so on and so forth? Loon, just any of the artists on this roster. You know, if it's not Biggie, if it's not, you know, Mary J. Blige, if it's not like the GOAT artist, then you're probably not going to hear that music. So the publishing doesn't really amount to anything, and that's what she explained in that interview with Only Stands. And she alluded to some traumatic experiences that she had with Diddy, and some of those are being brought to light. Not necessarily experiences that she had, but just some of the trauma. So after that, around September, October, Diddy was implicated by Keffe D. Now, who's Keffe D? Keffe D, a hustler from the West Coast, basically made himself internet famous. He went viral after doing a series of Vlad TV interviews and the Art of Dialogue interviews, where he basically snitched on his little cousin and said that, you know, he was an eyewitness. He was in the car with the shooter who actually killed Tupac Shakur. He fired the shots into the Mercedes-Benz, and you know, 𝐦𝐤𝐤 hit Tupac multiple times and ultimately took his life. So he became internet famous for telling that story and retelling that story, and he implicated Diddy. You know, he basically said that Diddy paid me $1 million. He offered me $1 million to kill Tupac Shakur. So Diddy already had that shit hanging over his head. That was already looming. And then within like 24 hours, the past 24 hours, shit really hit the fan, where Cassie, an ex of his, accused him of assault of a certain nature, abuse, and she's suing them for $30 million. And she says that this abuse took place over the course of about a decade. And some really crazy ass, some really lurid, twisted stories are coming out of that. There's a story that she dated Kid Cudi briefly in the 2010s, and once Diddy got word of that, you know, he got pissed off and started making threats, and apparently made good on those threats, because according to Kid Cudi, Diddy threatened to blow up his car or have someone blow up his car. I don't think Diddy's like an expert on like explosives and ordnance and shit personally, but Kid Cudi had a car explode, and Diddy was the mastermind behind that shit, and Kid Cudi confirmed this. So it's getting real Grand Theft Auto-ish around these parts. And there's stories. The accusations are wild. You know, one of the wilder accusations is that Diddy forced or coerced Cassie into having, you know, relations, you know, with male prostitutes, and just a lot of really twisted, you know, macabre shit going on. And there's even a story that the iconic look, somebody quote called it the iconic look, that Cassie sported for a while, you know, with the shaved head. Well, this is the story behind Cassie shaving her head.
I'm like, damn, this what's up. The nigga Puff is on the goddamn, he on the shit, the bar where everybody perform at in front of the DJ and shit. And he going crazy, this bitch lit. You remember Scarface, when that white woman was coming down the escalator?
Yep.
And he was in that man's house and he saw that man's wife and was like this. I was watching Puff. The nigga Puff was looking up there. He saw this white woman. It was bottles on bottles on bottles around her. It was lit. Puff jumped out. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other. My wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came on and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow, I want you to shave the side of your head. And I was like, what the fuck kind of request is that? Like, so when I'm like, what the fuck? So when I look up there, this white woman's side of her head was shaved, my nigga. And the bitch looked good with it. So I was looking at Cassie, I was like,
So if you log into Twitter or X proper, since the name change, the brand change, people are having a field day at Diddy's expense. Maybe this is bad karma. For a long time, it's been rumored that he mishandled Craig Mack's career after his first album went gold. A very infamous interview where he lied about Craig Mack releasing a second album, and you can see the look on Mack's face when Diddy says this. From that to more serious, more personal matters of allegations of him abusing Kim Porter, mother of multiple children. So I don't know, man. It's looking kind of crazy, man. 50 Cent is, of course, he chimed in and is having a lot of fun at Diddy's expense. This is real. This is real. This is a real case. It's open, and we'll see where it goes from there. So I don't know, man. Let me know what you think. Do you think it's true? What do you think of Diddy? You think this is bad karma? Chickens coming home to roost? I don't know, man. I'll be here as a spectator and just kind of see where it goes. And before I forget, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description. That's where I post some of the racier stuff, the adult stuff, the erotic stuff that I can't post on YouTube. _Wallace TV. Out.